Now, cold weather is moving back in. What you need to know ahead of tomorrow's alert day.
We need to restore confidence in so many institutions throughout America.
And Ron Johnson isn't stepping out of the spotlight just yet. Why Democrats say they're not concerned. Plus, the Bach is back. The Packers get some reinforcements for the season finale. That's all coming up at 10. Thanks so much for staying up with us tonight. We'll get to our top stories in just a moment, but more bitter cold temps are making their way for the start of the work week. Meteorologist Austin Kopninski is outside braving those cold temps with your certified most accurate forecast.
Oh, man, it's very cold outside right now, Brad, and I'm going to be saying that the next, I would say 48 hours or so, because afterwards we are going to finally start to see a warm up on Tuesday afternoon, but it's only the beginning of Sunday night right now, so we got a ways to go before we do start to warm back up. 8 degrees right here in Madison. Oh, so cold outside right now, but a lot of our northern communities are currently under wind chill advisories. Now, that's going to actually go into effect here in just another hour or two, officially at midnight, and that'll expire at noon tomorrow. And that's for areas to the north of Dane County. Dane County currently not included within that, but it's still going to be very cold here early tomorrow morning and even outside right now. 10 degrees in Janesville. It's one of the warmest spots that we have. 5 in Wisconsin Dells and Camp Douglas right now. And then you factor in some wind speeds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. That really cools down the wind chills. But the wind chills are going to be at their peak low, I would say, here on Tuesday morning and late Monday night. That's whenever we have the alert day into effect. And I'll detail how low the temperatures will go. And if we have any snow chances in the forecast, that's coming up in a bit.
All right, thanks so much, Austin. Stay ahead of the alert day by downloading our First Warn Forecast weather app. It's free and available in the App Store. One of former President Trump's biggest backers is running for the U.S. Senate again. Wisconsin Republican Ron Johnson has officially announced his plans to seek a third term in office.
Well, there are many factors. It wasn't an easy decision, but I think probably the easiest way to put it is that I love America dearly. I love the American people. I love the folks in Wisconsin, and I think this country's in trouble. I think Democrats in power in Washington have put us on a very dangerous path, and I think I'm in a position to help improve things.
Over the past year, Johnson has been a leading voice in downplaying the riots at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, as well as the pandemic. Johnson had previously said he would not run for a third term in the Senate. A crowded field of challengers is vying for the Democratic nomination to face off against Johnson in November, but Democrats say they like their chances.
The biggest lesson from 2020 is, no matter how terrible Ron Johnson might seem, no matter how much he's betrayed Wisconsin voters, you can't take anything for granted. You have to work every day to make sure that every voter casts their ballot successfully, that we do everything we can to make sure the public knows the truth about Ron Johnson's self-serving political record. If we do that, I'm confident that he's not going to get the third term that he promised not to run for and then turned around and ran for anyway.
We have much more reaction from Democrats running for Johnson's seat. Just head over to channel3000.com. It's being called New York's worst fire disaster in decades. At least 19 people are dead, including 9 children, after a massive fire at an apartment complex in the Bronx this morning. Officials say 32 more people were rushed to the hospital. Most of them were suffering after inhaling smoke. The fire was knocked down in less than 2 hours. The fire commissioner says it was sparked by a broken electrical space heater. Next tonight, students in the Madison School District will be back in the classroom tomorrow, but to make sure it's safer for both students and teachers, community leaders say they need high-quality masking. That's where the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is coming in. The club recently purchased 200,000 N95 masks for local teachers, school staff, and child care workers. They also plan to give out another 4,000 for any child who needs one, but leaders say they need your help to buy them.
Knowing that, school will be starting back tomorrow for MMSD, and hearing some of the concerns from, teachers who are worried about their well-being, we want to make sure that, every teacher in Madison, if there's teachers outside of Madison who need face masks, have access to them.
That was Michael Johnson, who says the group has a goal of raising $210,000, or the supply will have to be returned. To donate, head to our website, channel3000.com. The Alliant Energy Center is about to become a COVID testing site once again. Beginning tomorrow, the clinic will have an initial testing capacity of about 500 to 750 tests each day. By January 17th, that's next Monday, Public Health hopes to administer up to 1,000 per day. With a win today, Matt LaFleur would have 40 as a head coach of the Packers. That would be tied for the most over any three-season stretch in NFL history. But first, the Green and Gold would have to get past Detroit. Sports anchor Jordan Reed joins us now with the highlights.
Yeah, a message that the Packers kept conveying this whole week. No matter who they play or what game it is, it's important. Even if today's game didn't mean anything when it comes to seeding or home field advantage, but still, it's always nice to end the regular season on a high note and with two players returning to the O-line. David Bakhtiari and Josh Myers back on the gridiron. Now, Aaron Rodgers finds Alan Lazard twice in the first half, but the Lions came to play. They lead 17-13 at halftime. Well, Jordan Love takes over after the break. He connects with Josiah DeGuara late in the game, and the Packers take the lead. The Lions answer in similar fashion to go on and win this one, 37-30.
We're about winning with the Green Bay Packers. We'll never just celebrate the effort. We gotta win, and we'll never accept losing, and that's just the mindset, the mentality. And I think our team has done a great job of in previous losses of bouncing back from them, and that's what I expect from our guys.
The Packers finished the regular season 13-4, and as much as the team wanted to get the dub today, several players did make it a milestone Sunday. We're going to take a look at that shortly in sports.
All right, thanks so much, Jordan. New tonight, the Beloit community is mourning the death of its retired fire chief. The city says Chief Bradley Liggett died suddenly yesterday at the age of 55. He had been the chief of the Freeport Fire Department in Illinois since 2019. Last month, Liggett was elected as the first vice president of the Metropolitan Fire Chiefs Association. Officials did not provide a cause of death. And it's been just 3 days since two Mineral Point firefighters were killed in a crash involving a semi on Highway 151. The two men had combined of 60 years of service. As Tahalil Mohodin shows us, members of that community are coming together to support those heroes' families.
Gallery owner Ben Brummerhop says growing up around firefighters is something he'll never forget.
It kind of becomes a part of who you are, and so when you hear of a first responder being injured, or in this case that died, it hits home, especially when you think about it being a volunteer.
So when he heard about the accident that killed Mineral Point firefighters Jim Ludlam and Captain Brian Bush, he wanted to help.
The only tangible thing I have to offer the world is art. And so I figured I would just paint a painting and then raffle it.
Before he knew it, his idea took off.
There's now other artists from the community and from Wisconsin that have come forward.
But it's not just artists stepping up.
It started off as a small gesture that I wanted to do, and it's just grown into a huge thing.
Down the street from the Mineral Point Gallery, dozens of people gathered at the mine shaft.
My Facebook post was shared over 455 times.
Inspired by one man raising money for the heroes' families, Brad Hermanson wanting to show his gratitude.
Fire department was there for me when my dad passed.
Filling the boot to honor the fallen men.
Really good people. They're the ones that, might give you a hard time, but they also would help you out too.
Hermanson and Brummerhop, both doing their part.
To make sure that whatever we can do outside of saying, I'm sorry for your loss, that we do. And I hope that they feel that love.
In Mineral Point, Tahlil Muhiddin, News 3 Now.
Between the Fill the Boot campaign, the art raffle, and a GoFundMe set up for the families, about $50,000 has been raised. The funeral for Jim Ludlam will be held on Wednesday. Captain Brian Bush's funeral will be held on Friday. Next at 10, the trial of Chandler Halderson will resume in Madison tomorrow morning. On Friday, prosecutors played video of the interview he conducted with investigators before being arrested for the murder of both of his parents. At the time, he didn't know the sheriff's office had discovered the dismembered torso of his dad, Bart, along with multiple cutting tools. Detectives eventually cut to the chase and confronted him, saying they thought he was lying. We'll be streaming the entire trial all week long on Channel 3000 as well as on Facebook. We also took an in-depth look at the trial this morning on For the Record. You can find that entire segment right now on channel3000.com. One man is in the hospital after a reported shooting. Madison police say the man was dropped off last night at a hospital with one gunshot wound. Officers didn't say where the shooting happened or if anyone was in custody. They say they're still investigating. A fire in Iowa County is also under investigation tonight. A house in the village of Cobb is destroyed after the fire earlier this morning. One person and their dog were able to get out of the building, but no one was hurt. The Madison Fire Department is showing off its newest addition. The department unveiled Medic 14 in a Facebook post this morning. The city's 9th ambulance will serve Madison's southeast side. We're expecting to get a closer look at Medic 14 during a news conference tomorrow morning. And one of TV's most recognizable dads has died. Comedian Bob Saget was best known for playing Danny Tanner in Full House. He was found dead this morning in a Florida hotel room just hours after finishing a stand-up show in Jacksonville. Local authorities say they don't suspect foul play or drug use. Bob Saget was 65 years old. Well, coming up next at 10, Austin is going to have another look ahead of tomorrow's alert, and in a special call for action, why one Madison man was left without phone service and in silence for months. Plus, see this heroic rescue in Green Bay and what you need to know about staying safe on the ice this winter. Stay with us.
In the treetop all day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing this song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, 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 rockin' robin.
Just 2 pills for all-day pain relief. Aleve and see what's possible. And also try Aleve X topical pain relief.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this, so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 16 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game. So you better bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.49% APR for 60 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team advocates for you, asking the right questions.
Yeah. You hope to make that right.
And getting results.
They sent a water heater the next day after you made the call.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
You might recognize this man's name, or if not the name, his music. James Latimer is thanking our Call for Action volunteers after a fight with his phone company left him without service and in silence for months. Leah Linscheid has more on Mr. Latimer's Call for Action.
For a music man, Jim Latimer.
certainly doesn't mind silence.
It's a lovely country out here. Quiet, nice.
31 years as a percussion professor at UW and a member of the Madison Symphony, a performance with Duke Ellington, now the director of the Capital City Band. Still, some peace and quiet is nice every now and then.
Badger Wrestling back at the Fieldhouse for another top 25 Big Ten battle, this time taking on Rutgers. Now, after dropping a couple of matches, Wisconsin starts heading in the right direction with the help of Austin Gomez. In 149, Gomez pulls out all the stops. He wins by major decision to get UW within 1 point. Now, the very next match at 157, Garrett Model finishes a physical one with a win by decision to put the Badgers ahead. Rutgers, they keep it close. The final match is a must-win for Wisconsin. Trent Hilger knows exactly what to do. Takes out his opponent, and Wisconsin upsets Rutgers 19-14.
Play good defense.
Series finale for Wisconsin and Ohio State. The Buckeyes rallied late in game 1 to win, and just like last night, lots of penalties in this one. Buckeyes with the power play, but it's Bucky who takes advantage. Zach Erdahl comes up with a shorty to put the Badgers on the board first. Well, it's knotted at 1 heading to the third. Jesper Peltonen nets his first career goal for the go-ahead, but every Wisconsin lead, Ohio State responded. This one ends in a 2-2 tie. We'll be right back.
So there will be a
Join Planet Fitness now for zero enrollment, $10 a month, extended to January 14th.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
It's this place, I tell you.
Amen, baby.
Feel Fitacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 14th.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy Prep Cook and Clean with Reynolds Wrap.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Madison Magazine Winter Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week 2022, starting January 23rd through the 28th. For participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team. First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now.
Join Planet Fitness now for zero enrollment, $10 a month, extended to January 14th.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
It's this place, I tell you.
Amen, baby.
Feel Fitacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 14th.
News 3 Now, your vaccine information headquarters.
And welcome back. One final check of our forecast. Tuesday, that alert day for the morning, a low of 6 degrees below zero.
All right, thanks so much. That's all we have for tonight. Good night, everybody.